Not that I'm married to this format, but anytime I want to personalize, sitting behind the microphone seems the most appropriate. Now, unless I am the only Substack you read, you may have noticed a brouhaha involving the service adding a detection tool called Pangram, which claims it can detect if any writing was generated with artificial intelligence. I sympathize with a reader wanting to know if what they're reading actually came from the writer's fingertips, and I sympathize with an author wanting to prove that they are authentic. The problem is, a lot of research out there suggests these detection tools simply do not work. Before hitting the publish button, if the tool detects a false positive, well, the writer has to fight through the annoyance and change up some wording that might change the overall meaning. And if the writer doesn't check their submission with the tool, they could take a serious reputational hit. Either way, popular creators are already calling this process a witch hunt. Now, there are two debates buried in here, whether the detection research is just outdated and whether AI should be part of the writing process at all. If a user submits writing to, say, ChatGPT and asks it just to check the typos, has the business of writing imploded altogether? Well, for me, it doesn't take much convincing that Substack included Pangram in good faith. I expect it not to be perfect, but I do believe in artificial intelligence transparency. This is why I both agree with what Substack is doing and why I wanted to share how I use AI in my work here involving sports analytics. Now, when it comes to coding the models and apps, I do rely on Claude Code and Perplexity. It's not that I can't code in R. I have worked with the language for a dozen years now, but there are three reasons for my method. One, the simple efficiency of having to write 1,000 lines of code, especially when I've offered some guidance for how I want it to look and function. Two, when I was teaching full-time, I embraced the notion of instructing students how to vibe code or asking AI to make something in your favorite programming language. It's not something I overtly bring up here, but if asked, I can show my work. Three, code does not feel as personal to me as writing. That is the purpose of open source coding, so that I can borrow your ideas, you can borrow my ideas, and we are all better for it. You can't read code and clearly say that was written by your favorite software engineer. But writing is different. That does include the author's essence, which is why I only ask AI to make sure I didn't make any egregious typos or grammatical errors. My tone is mine, and I don't want any computer or random schmuck changing it. This approach to my Substack works for me ethically, and I would encourage anyone else in a similar space to do the same. AI is important, but we should never sacrifice our agency for it.